Good morning, family. Welcome to Coffee Time with Coach John. It is an amazing morning. We are still in the land of living. Thank y'all for tuning in on IG. Thank y'all for tuning in on Facebook and for tuning in on YouTube. Listen, today's guest, you are you so need to be here, is what I'm trying to tell you, because my brother is coming on and we're going to talk about some things. I know many of you did not get any sleep last night because you've been up waiting for the elections to say whatever it's going to be. And it is going to be whatever it's going to be. I am shocked, but I'm not shocked, right? We do know that this guy has brought out some people to be the real whoever they are. He made them who they are. These people are here. And he's making a stance with it, right? We do know that. And people have come out of the woodworks. We've had we had to learn who our neighbors were again and understand that our neighbors are some folks that we may not really like. Kim Height is in the building. But we do understand that at the same time, these neighbors, they have a right to be who they want to be. And we need to remember that in our journeys and in our moving forward. I am just not even sure what to give you on that note. I'm not sure what it means today to be in the position that we are in and to live in the way that we're living under these conditions and with these powers that be. I'm going to say it like that. It is something. Good morning, V. It is something. But, we have a chance to make life what we want it to be, and we have to step out on that. Really, the Daybreak is in the building. Brandy is in the building. The sad part is that he knows absolutely nothing about judicial process. It is ridiculous. And Brandy, also another sad part about what's happening is that here is a man who is basically illiterate and cares nothing about nothing but what his agenda is. We listen to him talk. We listen to him his speech. He's not arrogant. He's just totally disrespectful. And he's in a position. He's in a position, and it's hilarious for us to sit here and have to worry about how people who never liked us still run our lives, so to speak, because we within a system, we live within that, and they still run it, and we just won't get together, man. I think one of my biggest surprises, and I don't want to give away too much because I know AJ, I know we're going to talk about this, but one of my biggest surprises is to see that there are Latinos, there's a Latin community here in this country that still voted for this guy. They want him back in office another term. And I'm looking at Florida. That was, oh my gosh, how did the Latin community make that happen in Florida? That is unreal. He's extremely illiterate. His speech yesterday was a joke. How in the hell can you tell people you basically won, Biden win, but just barely? Yeah, Brandy, I did not. I was sleeping when his speech, thank God, because I didn't want to hear that anyway. But I was sleeping during that time when he came on with his speech, and I think that it goes back to what I've been saying. We are here under the foot soles of some people who, they this is a game, man. Dick Gregory said it best. This is a game to these people, man. The Latin vote with this clown I don't even understand that as bad as he talked about Latin people. And that goes to show, right? Because I was talking about how divided, Black people are. And don't get me wrong, man. Latin people, Black people too, just grew up in Spanish places. But it shows how divided they are within the Spanish speaking people. Look at what he did to Puerto Rico. How he was, throwing paper towels at him like he was shooting basketball. Look at how disrespectful he was to the Mexican people. The news is clowning him. The headline is Trump falsely claims. Yeah. The racists are about to come. Listen, these racists are going to act fool in a lot of areas. I think it's going to be bad for people in rural areas, people who are in like really like in the Midwest and in the South and those really country areas. I think those people down there are going to have it bad, and I'm just wondering what's going to be there. How that's going to affect them every day. Like, what are these people going to do down in those areas where these people are running wild in these areas, right? And in areas that they have laws that will protect them. Kendra in the building. Mike, what's up? Caramel, what's up, Mama? What's up? The people who live in areas where there's a heavy presence of people, racists, who are able to do whatever they want to do. And people who are racist against Black people that are allowed to do whatever it is they want to do. I'm wondering, what does that mean, right? What does that look like? And then how are they going to respond to to the acts of when this guy doesn't make it? And what are people supposed to do in that situation? What it is, coffee and tea sippers? Yeah, man. I am shocked that it is the racist. Who is Trump? Is he a poet or a clown? I am surprised to see that it is this close. I am very surprised at that. I will say, Charlotte, North Carolina, you guys came out and voted and not by the scores. That was it was good to see that. It's good to see that, Charlotte. I still don't think enough. I'm going to tell you what blew my mind, right? When I found out that that Jehovah's Witnesses don't vote, and then someone said that a lot of them would appear to be Trump fanatics. Leonard, what's up, bro? I'm coming down this weekend, fam. Holla at me. Holla at me. Definitely holla at me. I'm so disappointed with America right now. I do not understand why the race is so close. And Kendra, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's disappointing, but we have to remember. Let's take it back. Y'all know I love to go into history, right? During the time of slavery here, there were poor white people who lived just as bad as the slaves did. The difference was they weren't in chains, but they were treated just as bad. Poor whites who were being treated just as bad as slaves, that voted and wanted to keep slavery so that they can have one up on slaves, just so they can feel empowered. Like, I'm better than you. You're a slave, but you live. In fact, some of them probably ate the same stuff that we ate, the same scraps, because that's all they had. And nobody came to help them. Nobody did anything for them. However, they would vote to keep slavery going, just so they can have one up on a Black person. That hadn't changed. That has not changed. You look at the trailer park trash, if you would. You look at them and look at how their lives uh, are, and they will continuously say, "Listen, let's keep this guy because he's saying what we want to say." You know, it's kind of like the kid that wants to be a superhero, right? And no matter what he's going through in life, he's going to keep saying that he's a superhero. Now, you know, he can't fly down the stairs, but he'll put a cape on and jump down. Right? It's the same thing. Same thing. It's the idea that in my mind, here I am, and this is all that it is. It's unreal. It's let's see. He gets it. What is his plan of action to make in the other 4 years? Let's talk about that. And Mike, I'm gonna tell you, I don't even think he has a plan of action outside of what he's been doing. His agenda is already set and already in place. I don't think he is going to fail at what he put together. The presidency was just the icing on the cake to allow a lot of things to go through. My hometown is Youngstown, Ohio, where GM closed and he did not build that Ken factory he promised, right? That's right. He sure didn't. There's a sign on the lot that says, coming soon. He won the country of Youngstown on wow. You know what, Kim, Kim Hot, you are 100% right. He did not do anything. And he didn't do anything he said he was going to do. Hell, what was his plan for action if Biden gets in? Then he becomes and another thing, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what I thought, what I wonder. Yeah, Kendra, I realize that, but what bothers me with that whole idea that they're not allowed to do anything worldly, didn't move. You should not be on this planet, or go to a place where you're away. Like I guess maybe the Amish don't vote too. I don't know if anybody knows it. Do Amish people vote? Because maybe they don't vote too. But my thing is, then it makes it bad because then you actually can hold down. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be able to take care of themselves or live and have a good living and things like that. I'm not saying that. But my problem with that is now what happens with the one who wants to vote? They can't get the job, but you get the job, but you can't vote to help nothing out. Like so it's basically like you're stealing from the community. In a nutshell, you are stealing from the community in that way. We have to remember that white unity, even in poverty, will always be our black unity because some of us want to be integrated. That is so true. Listen, bro. That is a mouthful. First of all, we have so much disunity in the black community that it's embarrassing, especially in this day and time. You don't even want your neighbor to discipline your child who's wrong. I'm not saying you want your neighbor to whoop your kid, but when your kid is wrong, they need to be checked. And here you can't even say anything to your kid. It's a very disappointing scenario because we're in a space where people just they aren't ready to hear the things that require action right now. Yeah, Mike. I mean that's a good question about the Amish people. Or do Amish people vote? Because they don't even drive cars. They don't use electricity. It's a lot of stuff they still don't do. And I'm not mad at them, but at least they stay in their community. So Amish people don't come to your community. Amish people don't live next door to you. Amish people don't come, and I don't even think they grocery shop where you shop. They live by a different, creed. But when people are here, and because you belong to a group, you are not allowed to vote. That makes me wonder. That makes me wonder. But you're living here, like, and then what are you doing? Then you're not allowed to vote. So what are you doing? And then I'm saying maybe within your network, right, within your group, you might have the next real president in there, but you're forbidding them to do the right thing that we need as for humans. For I'm saying, like you are still a citizen here. Their goal is to get you to believe as they do, complete separation of church and religion, no sport, no celebration, birthday, holidays, nothing. Yeah, I get it, Kendra. I get it. Um, which is also confusing to me because that means they don't and they don't accept anything from anybody. It's their way or the highway, right? It would make you feel as if they have the perfect belief system, and then I mean they should not have any problems there, right? Everything that they say or do should be perfect. You know what I mean? Like because you, if that's the case, then you should be the example. I don't know. They sell good stuff. Yeah, I would like to know that, Mike. My thing is, if you are not here, right? If you're not here with us, then it's okay for you to live however you live. But if you live here with us, right? And you're within our, I think voting should be, it should be illegal to not vote. I think it should be illegal to not vote. I think you should have to do something, not go to jail, but it should be mandatory. I don't like the fact that it's, oh, I don't, voting should be and voted for him. And what kills me is attention seekers that voted for Trump and posted it, knowing they would get whiplash from it, and because they love a lot of them do love attention. A lot of people wanted to vote for Trump so they can say that I do my own thing. Amish folks voting doesn't require any more technology than independent people. Both the okay. Thank you for posting that. No Gente said that Amish people do vote. I wasn't saying that they didn't too. I just wanted to make sure if they did because I didn't know if they did. And I think that I don't think that I really think voting should be if you want to vote, then you should not live here. And if you don't want to vote, you should be. Good morning, Juicy. If you don't want to, good morning, Gemini Fox. If you don't want to vote, I think you should not be a part of this community. Go someplace. I also believe that we just won't. There was unprecedented votes that came out. They were saying that it was people who voted. The numbers are ridiculously. They surpassed everybody all voting. And I'm having some technical difficulties over here on IG. The numbers were amazingly raised. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, but my parents were not judgmental like that, so we didn't. Right. And Kendra, I here's one thing that I always want to be clear, right? Oh my gosh, Juicy, don't start this morning. Here's one thing that I want to make clear. Whatever people believe in, right, as far as their religious beliefs, I'm never going to knock you for what you believe or what you stand for. That is definitely nothing that I plan to do. I never want to be a person, that person who is going to be disrespectful about your beliefs or whatever your faith is. I'm never going to say you are wrong because you believe this way. It's not something that I'm going to live with. But I am confused with a lot of things, and I'm boisterous about when it has to pertain to everybody else. When you have some involvement in the lives of others, I have an issue with that. When what you do or don't do affects everyone else, and I'm going to always have an issue with that because I live here and you live here, and what I eat don't make you go to the restroom, but at the same time, we still shopping at the same store. You know what I'm saying? Jehovah's Witnesses don't vote, but there is a thought that the European witnesses probably vote anyway. Yeah. I just, and I don't. Again, I'm trying to use my words, uh, um, in a way that it's not offensive, right? But you serve a creator, you serve a God, and whatever group you belong to, right? So what you're saying to me is that your God says you live here and none of this applies to you at all because I am Lord. So my question becomes, how do I understand that I am in a system that keeps me in a certain place, and within the system, God has not removed me from this system and leaves me living or surviving in this system. But my understanding is that I'm to take no part in something that I have no choice but to be a part of anyway. Right. So it does not matter what you believe. You cannot move yourself from this system. I don't care if you have 16 gods. How do you remove yourself from living within the system? You work, you live, you breathe the air, you're on the land, you drive your car or walk or horse, whatever you do, right? Whatever you do, you are still within the confinements of this system. So again, my question still becomes again, how are you outside of this system to the point where your vote will not count because your belief is that there is only but one, and that one is, you feel what I'm saying? You're still here. You're still here. I don't know where my guest is. I'm guessing he's having some technical difficulties. I text him too. But when it comes, we'll bring him on. V says, it's just like in school when your class is considered a team and that one person or group of people mess it up for the whole class. Now we got to suffer because of the one person in the group. Right, V? Exactly. Nora says, we have nothing to fear. If Trump gets elected and this country gets more facets, many black folks won't feel the difference anyway. They kick it in our doors for no reason, arrest us for no reason, kill us for no reason. The silver lining is that maybe more of us will get willing to fight back for real with more frequency. Maybe. I am in total agreement with that. I don't thank Trump for anything but one thing, and that is his ignorance. Well, two things. His ignorance pulled the races to a comfortable place where they can say, we made it, we're here, this is how we live. But it also is beginning to pull black people together. And when I mean black people, I mean the spectrum, I mean the Latin community, those that are who don't think that they're black. And not only just that, people who are suffering under this system. It is actually pulling us together. We don't realize it because it's not something that's on the front. We don't realize it, but you know what? You don't have a choice. And I think that one of the best things he's done with the ugly that he has brought to this place is he's forced us to start thinking a little different. He forced us to allow us to realize what the potential we have. And I don't think we haven't peaked, right? But we are slowly pulling together. Even with the whole COVID situation. As a matter of fact, if for nothing else, the entire COVID situation, Kelly, peace. The entire COVID situation, if not for that, that should actually be enough for you to say, you know what? I refuse to vote for this guy. That, in fact, should be enough to refuse voting for this guy. Not because COVID is here, but in the manner by which you've done it. And then the way he talks, his speech, I mean, his disrespect. Do you know what it's like when he's like the kid that was getting picked on all the time and they gave him a gun. They gave him a gun. They gave a gun to the weakest link. He's a spoiled brat with a pistol. And now he's like, we'll take it because I got this gun. Do you know what I mean? That's his whole MO. That's his whole makeup. He forced us to open our eyes and stop ignoring the buffoonery. Yes, absolutely. This is a war. A war is to eliminate melanin from the planet. The war has more than one front. This is our final call to unite. Emmanuel Cole, you said a mouthful, brother. You said a mouthful. It is time. It is time. And people, he made a sickness political. Yes, he did. He did, Kim. People, if we don't understand, I say this all the time. If we decided to just take 20 cents per household per week and put it together, I really want AJ to come because I don't want to say, I want him to say what he said because I really want to put it out there. I'm hoping that he shows up. Even if he shows up late, I'm hoping that he gets here. I got a feeling I'm probably going to go live again on YouTube only later on, but I might do Facebook as well. I might, because some things I want to talk about today and some things I want to get to today. It is a disease, and I want y'all, if you are not black in here, if you are white in here, I want you to listen to my words carefully. Listen to my words carefully, because first of all, if you're here, you don't have the power to be a racist over me. So this doesn't apply to you. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. If you are white, and I'm speaking about white racists, you don't have the power to be racist over me. You don't. So I'm not applying this to you. And I think this is what a lot of people who are not black don't get. They don't have the power to make things happen for me. Your next door neighbor can't do anything to make this thing work over you. But there's a disease within those people of power. There is a disease. I wish I would have had that notes here, but I didn't bring those notes specifically because I wanted to talk to AJ and have him say stuff. But they have a disease of superiority. It is a disease. It is a sickness, and it is within them and has been a part of them for so long that they don't even realize it. If you look at when 45 goes to meetings, right? When he goes into meetings and he's talking to the media, and he just, you're beneath me. I'm the president. You're beneath me. But it's deeper than the position. He had always been that way. I listened to Dick Gregory said, let me tell you something. Dick Gregory, I listened to everything Dick Gregory said. Dick Gregory said, Donald Trump is not the same Donald Trump he used to be. He said, I know Donald Trump. Dick Gregory said this, go look it up on YouTube. He said something happened to him because he's not the same Donald Trump that he met a long time ago. When he said that, I thought about that because Dick Gregory is Baba. He's a master, right? With his beliefs and the stuff that he was taught. He said that something happened. I just strongly believe that when you get money and power, you become the person that you really are. And I think that's basically what Dick Gregory was saying. When he got the power, see, Donald Trump had money from his family, but I don't think he had the power that he knows he has now. And that is the problem. He's a monster with this power. All of the BS he claims he did is about to come into fruition. Yes. Countries do not trade with us. Farmers losing businesses. And he said he improved employment. He lies. Kim Hyde, you said a mouthful. I will admit, he opened, but let's go back. This is what I was saying about, and like I said, if you are white in here, this doesn't apply to you because you don't have the power to be a racist over me. Racism is a system. It requires power. You are in this feed. You don't have that power. So I'm not addressing you. And I stress that because I don't like to push people away because of misunderstanding. You don't have the power to tell me to go sit down. You can't go here. You go. You don't have that power to tell me that I have to pay this money for. You don't have that power. This doesn't apply to you. But you have to realize when people get in power, they don't worry about what you can say, what you do, because they have everything they need to prove that you can't do with so much. Yes, the real gangsters are in politics. Those are the real gangsters. Those are the real gangsters. The people who are pushing pens that are telling people, there's so much to add to it. He has also allowed people to reimagine community, neighborhoods, and family. Black and brown people thrive when we united. Yes, he is forcing so many people to realize the collective power of unity and avoiding the inhumanity associated with racism and inequity. I'm moving too fast. If anything, I appreciate 45's overt arrogance that has allowed others to show us who they are. Kelly Little. Absolutely. Absolutely. If it had not been for Steph, that's not Stephon, that is comedian. Who is that comedian? I can't read your name. We got another comedian in the building. Thanks for tuning in. I want to say this. It is because of his arrogance. It is because of his disgusting ways that he talks to people. His lack of respect for people. All these things. Because of that, he has brought so many together. There's so many like-minded people who said, you know what? I understand that this is how it is, but this is how it needs to be in order for us to get to another place. There's so many Black businesses that are thriving. I'm gonna say this: if you were able to get that loan, the SBA loan, or that SBA grant, and you didn't work that, you didn't use that money for something to start a business. I don't care if it's a very small business. I don't care what it is. If you didn't use that money to do something, you are a complete fool, and you deserve everything that you get by not doing what you need to do for yourself. And I'm not going to take that back, because there's some people I didn't get it. I didn't know about it until it was too late. But there was some people who got it that wasted that money, that bought foolishness. They went clothes shopping, all kind of dumb stuff. If you wasted that money, you deserve to be with whatever's going on in your world. You deserve it. You deserve it. And I do understand that some people don't know any better, but this was the perfect time for you to find out, because you could sit home and actually, if you got $10,000 or more, that means you had enough time. You could have not went, well, you probably wasn't going to work because of the COVID anyway. You could have got on internet. You could have talked to some people. You could have done anything. You could have started an internet business, anything. You could have done anything with that money and not spent all of it to start a business to take care of you. We have to start thinking about wealth. I was going to go back to my statement I was making earlier. We need wealth. Wealth is not getting rich. Wealth is not being an entertainer or a celebrity. Wealth is when you have a fund that your family can live off of, that when you're no longer here, when you die and go on to whatever the afterlife might be, your children can live from that. And then when they die, their children can live from that. And when they die, their children can live from that. That is wealth. And we need to get that in our mindset, folks. I want to bring some financial people on here that's talking about wealth and how you generate wealth and how you can pull people together. That is what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to bring some people that can help educate us. I want y'all to talk to your families, talk to your folks. We don't want no damn, listen, if you're going to give me $10,000, I'd rather you put the $10,000 directly into my business. I don't want that money in my hand. Put it into my business so that way I can keep living the way I'm living and keep pushing my business the way it needs to be. If you don't have, listen, I'm going to bring some people on here. My plan is to help us, right? Get educated in some things that we've not known. Nobody came and told us what to do with that money. I understand that, everybody don't know business and don't think business, but sometimes people, you got to think about it, man. You took your money, and what did if the only thing you did with your money was wasted on foolishness, man, there's no excuse for that. There is no excuse for that. There is no excuse for that. And there's people out here who businesses are really struggling, and they didn't get that money, and they put that money in the hands of people who went out and bought BMWs and all these cars. I mean, come on. You got entertainers who got that money, right? And what did they do with that money? They took that money, and one dude supposedly bought a chain and went to jail. Another dude bought a car, he went to jail. I got some financial people. I got some small business people that I'm bringing on here to talk to y'all. And I'm going to tell you like this. Everybody who are followers of my brothers and our granny's boys, followers of Ain't Right Tribe, followers of Respect to Mike Slam, followers of the Poetry Threesome, and follows the other people that I may not name, but everybody who follow myself and my brother and those that are associated with us. If you following us, you're following us because you know good and well we want to see you do better. We want you to have those things that you're looking for in life. Our goal is to teach our people, help our people. So if you are a follower of ours, right? We have in our minds, we want to help you help yourself. We want to bring you to some folks that can help you elevate from this position to whatever that next position is. I want to see you do good. My brother Wesley wants to see you do good. My goal is to bring you people who are going to help you do good. I love the entertainment part of it. I love bringing on people that can give you some spiritual information. And I'm not knocking any of it. I'm going to bring on stuff that I believe is what we need. But I'm going to tell you now, we need to understand what wealth is. Do you realize everybody who follows us, if you donated 20 cents a week, I sound like a church. Donate 20 cents a week to your pastor. If you donate 20 cents a week to a fund, right? We don't have to worry about how somebody in there doesn't have the money for their website, because we can pull from that fund. And then the next time when the other one need their website, we can pull from that fund. It's that simple, family. It's that simple. This person needs to, they got a book that they're trying to work on. Well, okay, let's pull some money from those funds and help them get their book. Okay, somebody might have a situation. Hey, listen, I ain't got no work. I need to pay my rent. We can pull from that fund and we're not losing no money. We are helping our people that we say we love. There were some people that come on our feeds that's struggling and we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? We got the power right there in 20 cents a week, bro. Like, it's simple stuff. I know we was talking about politics, but I'm talking about real life here. In real life, we live with each other and we can just do little things. Little things. We can do big things out of little things. As a phrase that I always use, and I don't know where it came from, but I always say, it takes a little bit of change to make some change. Just a little bit. If everybody right now say, okay, cool, we got 5 people. With these 5 people, we trust them. We're going to put them on the line. We're going to put 20 cents a week into a fund. $1 a week, right? Listen, people, before you know it, within a year's time, we're going to help so many of our people that we love do something that they might not have been able to do. At the end of the day, we're building a fund that we can all live off of. Let's just say we have a multi-million-dollar fund going on with everybody in here. That means everybody in our group, family, gets a check every 6 months or whatever from this fund that we built, that we're investing in. It's little things. It's little things. Listen, I'm trying to make some things happen that could really, really, really help us, that can move us in a way. We have to take it on ourselves to do better than what we're doing. We got to teach ourselves. It takes a little bit, just a little bit. That's all we need is a little bit of movement, and we'll be fine. We will be fine. And all we got to do is start. But we got to find our meeting ground. We have to find where we at and move from that point. It's really not as hard as we make it. We just have to put together what we need to put together so we can make the next thing happen. We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't moved in that direction yet. You know what I'm saying? AJ is trying to call me, y'all, and I think he must have had some troubles getting on. So I'm gonna tell you, I promise you this: I am not here to waste your time. That is a fact. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here because it's some things that I want y'all to learn, just like some things I need to learn. And the more we work towards the things that we need to have for ourselves or do for ourselves, the more we work towards that, the better off we will be. The better off we will be. We just have to pull together. We have to realize what our power is and stop saying what we used to do and worrying about what we can't do. Oh, there go my brother. There go my brother is in the building. My brother's in the building. I'm going to bring him on right now. Y'all welcome him, AJ, in. And it's early over there, so I know my brother probably was sleeping. But I ain't mad at him because look, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So we just happy to be here. and that he's here. Let me bring him on in. AJ, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? What's up, man? Because I show up, say Josh said 10, right? I'm like, he on the East Coast. I'm like, man.
It's all good. It's all good, bro. We got 20 minutes left on here, but I'm gonna, what's gonna happen is I'm going to put together another one because we're gonna go on again later anyway.
Okay. So I apologize, man, because that was at time just had me jammed up because I was sitting up. We went and voted yesterday. My girl had problems with a provisional ballot, so we sitting up all night watching the count and all this other stuff, and brother getting depressed and all upset.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I believe, and I'm sure you're gonna agree with me. Things happen the way they're supposed to happen.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's what we're talking about.
If you were supposed to be here at 10 o'clock, you would have been here at 10. But I want to make sure we go live after we figure out, after they say, okay, I definitely do that. But I know that we won't know the facts today. I doubt it.
No, I think it'll probably be Friday.
Friday.
Because see, in Pennsylvania, they decided that they said they weren't going to start counting until today. Because the president already told him that he was going, if he was up high enough, he was going to, say I'm the winner.
Mm-hmm. Which he did, right?
Yeah. Which he tried to explain, but thing is, it's just hard, man. When you have, I don't know how you can have a person that doesn't do things legally and want everybody else to do things legally. And that's the best way I could say
it. You said it all right there.
Because my thing was, he was talking about nepotism and Biden's son making money in other places, but he had a job. He wasn't given a job by his daddy. And sent to negotiate a deal with the country and ask for a loan at the same time. Which I think there's really a problem with that. But if you don't have anybody else to say there's a problem, so it's like a foul in a basketball game. It's 2 seconds left and you drive to the hole and you're about to slam and they tackle you and you say, man, that's the foul. The ref say, what? I see nothing. Game's over anyway.
I was saying that we have a lot to learn as a people. And one of probably the best thing he done was force a lot of us to start speaking out where we might not have been speaking. And I think that was the best thing he could have done for us, because if we would have got if Hillary wasn't going to bring us together, that's for damn sure.
No, for
Hillary, sure. And I'm not saying I didn't want none of them to win. I'd rather skip 4 years and not have nobody. That would have worked for me. But Hillary would have been another war, if you ask me. It would have been another war. The only thing we can say, Trump didn't start another war on other foreign soil. That's the only thing he didn't do. But he did start legal wars with a lot of countries.
But he did drop some big bombs on people.
Yeah.
But they was exchanging funds and arms, so that's why the war didn't start.
That's why the war.
But my thing is this: is that I think it brought us together because people finally understood that, man, I might need to use this vote. If you go to my Instagram, I interviewed people coming out of the voting thing last night.
Did you?
And I asked them, I said, why was it important to vote? And one lady said, well, I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. I said, that's not even a question on my tongue. I said, my thing is, why did you find it important this time to vote? What was it that brought you here? Mm-hmm. I said, that's the only thing I want to know is why is it important to all these people? Because you see a whole lot of people, these long lines. And I just want other people to know that. And one man told me, he said, man, I'm 42 years old. He said, this is my first time voting. And I was like, man, I gave him a pound. I said, man, I appreciate you coming out and vote. And that's why I told everybody, thank you for voting. Yeah. Because my whole thing was, until we get 100% of the registered populace of the Black population to vote, we can't say we can't change nothing.
Can't say it.
Because I was asking yesterday, I say, at 60%, because 60% was when, President Obama was elected, it was 60% of the Black populace. Mm-hmm. I say, what can you do in sports, in life, in your job, at 60% and think you did a good job?
You get fired.
Because if you was at work 60% of the time, that'd be what, 2 weeks, and then you're gone.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was my question. What can you do at 60% and be proud of yourself?
You should be embarrassed.
We should be embarrassed. And that was my whole point, is that I don't understand how, and it was a friend of mine I talked to. I hadn't talked to her in a while. She said, I've been telling her she needed to do a book of poetry. She paid somebody else to do her book.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm a publishing company, but she paid them $2,500 to do a book. And I was like, I didn't say anything. I said, well, as long as you're getting the book done.
Yeah.
But she wanted to put a poem in the book. So I asked her, I read a poem to her. She said she liked it. I sent it to her. So I started talking about voting. She said, I don't really see why, voting is necessary. I don't like either one of them. And I'm like, well, what you do is you go and you vote, and you don't vote for a president. So now if you have 100% of the people vote, 60% vote for a president, 40% didn't, they're going to try to figure out why. But she was talking about, I said, my thing is this. I say, I cut for you. I'm glad you're getting your book done. I sent you what you asked me for. We can talk in 364 days. But ain't a thing we can say between now and next election that I even want to talk to you about, because if you got problems, I don't want to hear them.
Yeah.
If you think something's wrong, I don't want to hear it. I say, if you're not willing, I say, if a friend can ask you to do something for one day that you didn't want to do,
yeah.
What is that? You can't just ride up there and say, hey, I'm being lying today, but it's for a friend. I'm not telling you to do it for the president. I'm asking you to do it for me.
Yeah.
And she was talking about, well, I don't really think. I said, cool. I say, I'm not trying to demand that you do it. I'm just saying that we'll talk in 364 days. So if you call me from here on, I'm not answering.
Yeah.
I told her, because I said, I don't want to hear it. I said, I don't want to hear it. I can't listen to you. I can't listen to anything you have to say if you're not fully participating in your betterment.
That's what I don't get. And we were talking about how Jehovah's Witnesses don't vote. I didn't know that till yesterday.
I didn't know. I just found out right now.
Oh, wow. But you see what I'm saying? But and my point is, I'm not talking about what they believe in this now. That's not my problem. That's not my issue, right? It's not my business. But you're a Jehovah's Witness in the United States of America. Whatever the laws are, you can't say, well, Jehovah told me to do this and don't go to jail. You still going to
Jehovah. No, but I'm saying, but what are you witnessing? And see, I didn't know that, because my thing is, the first thing any politician does when your community votes 40%, 35%, is they start saying, hey, can I come to your church on Sunday and speak? Because you got 35% of your people voting. Yeah. And that means 65% of the people don't care.
Don't care.
But that's how important the vote is the vote is so important that they keep trying to take it from us. Keep trying to make ways that ours don't count. Just like Philadelphia say, hey, we're not gonna start counting the ballots, the mail-in ballots, to the next day. Mm-hmm. But some states allow them to count them when they come in.
Yeah.
And because I guess they didn't expect that many, but it seemed like the laws should have changed when you say we got 4 million people finna send in a ballot. So we probably need to start counting early. You got Earl and Martha sitting in there like, okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, that ain't making sense to me. It's like we have a country of geniuses with derelicts running it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because it's like, okay, so, and I'm listening all the time. He say, what? I said, let me Google. Did he just say what I thought I heard him say? And I Googled it, and I'm like, it's worse than that, because I didn't listen to what he said before that. And I'm like, so this is the person that you think he can't run a Boy Scouts unit.
In fact, he would say that was beneath him. Let's say that part, right?
Oh yeah. And you know, and it's a shame to me, man, that we have all these black journalists. Everybody in sports was out there to vote.
Mm-hmm.
But you got rappers talking about what's your black agenda? What's your problem? What you gonna do for me? And I'm like, if you had put your money behind a black candidate in the beginning, there were 20-something people running, you wouldn't have to worry about a black agenda.
Right.
But now you got this money and you saying, hey, what's your black agenda? Or you ain't getting my vote, or my friends, or my followers. And I'm like, I said, it's 2 people left. So don't you know, if you tell him not to vote for this person because he didn't want to give you a black agenda, the other person ain't got one, regardless of what he say. So that means that's a vote for him if you tell him not to vote. And I'm listening to people, and I'm like, I couldn't vote for Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris locked up more people than anybody I know, and it's like she separated so many families. That's what they keep saying. I'm like, but the family she separated, didn't he have a lawyer? So if he had a lawyer, it wasn't like she just went and pulled him off the street.
Right, right.
I'm saying, so they think that if we're black, we don't have to abide by the laws. If my position is, I'm telling you what the law is, but you want me to avert the law for you because I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like us. We're poets. We're trying to sell books, trying to do this. And somebody told me the other day, he said, man, hey man, I just got $15, man. Let me give you $15 for the Black Book of Black. And I kind of laughed and changed conversations. Because I'm like, I'm not having this conversation with anybody black anymore. I'm not. And one of my friends in Dallas, he said, man, he said, why? He wanted to interview me. So we friends. So I'm cool. I told him, you ain't got to send me no questions. He said, so tell me, Maya Angelou's book cost $15. I bought Frederick Douglass' book for $10. I bought this book for $10. So why should I pay $25 for yours? And I told him, I say, because for history's sake, we've always shortchanged ourselves and not charged what we're worth.
That's right.
I say, I refuse to degrade myself by putting out this product that I put all this time in, thinking that you can give me $10 for $1 million worth of work. I say, but I'm only charging $25.
Right, right.
I said, but it's okay. I say, if you want it, you got it. But if you want to go by Maya, I got Maya. I got Frederick Douglass. I say, but you're not getting this for anything less than 25.
Right, right.
Because that's what I deem is worth. And I don't think he expected the answer, because a lot of times we repeat what we've heard from other people, thinking that we're going to get the same answer that they got from us.
Right, 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 right. Yeah. You know, it's
like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Now I'm saying, because when you told me, the books you had, I'm saying, send them.
Didn't waste no time.
Mr. Witch told me, I say, send them. I didn't even say nothing about the books I had, because that wasn't my agenda.
That wasn't your agenda.
My thing was, I heard some of your poetry. I liked it. I say, let me read the rest of what this man got. Because my whole thing is, how can I sharpen my skills, sharpen my ability to paint pictures with sound, if I don't listen to how other painters paint?
Come on. You preaching now.
I'm saying, because we all go to museums and want to see something beautiful. We all go on these lives and want to share something beautiful, but we don't want to listen to somebody else's beautiful work. And that's why I host. I'm saying, because usually, like today, I do a Wednesday read share, but I've been sick. I do Wednesday read share, which is where I ask people to come on if they bought a book from any of the new favorite ports on Instagram or Facebook or wherever. Come on and let's read some of the work, because I think it's only fair that if you bought a book, you need to read the book that you bought.
That's right. Absolutely. Don't let it sit there. Yeah.
So if we're not showing how it's done, we can't tell people how it's done if we're not doing it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I showed you how I keep my books in my bag. My laptop bag, I get a new one. It busts out the seams because I keep books in there. Like I said, I keep 2 of your books in there. I got Obi West and I got Amir Baraka book in there. Now, of course, I got my book and my brother Witt's book in there. So but at the same time, you're right. I want inspiration from people that I've not read or maybe I haven't heard them feature, but I've heard them do a poem before. Or something about their energy says, listen, yeah, I want your book. I want to read some. I want to know who you are. I want to know what you're talking about. And pull from that inspiration.
And see, me, it's like I heard a line you did the other day, and I'm trying to figure out where you found it at. So let me go through the rest of your work. Because I always tell people, I say, well, a lot of people are looking for a line for a poem. I'm looking for a poem of lines. Because I refuse to, at the end of my poem, say, fuck you and think I said something. And I heard that so many times that they would have this exclamation profanity word at the end. And that was my impact.
Yeah.
My impact is that you can't catch up to me because I lost you up there in the first sentence. So you're going to have to hear me tomorrow. Yeah. Or when you get home, you're going to have to stop and try and replay me in your brain because you say, he said something that I didn't catch. I caught this, but I missed the rest. Because I know Shane Corzan. Shane Corzan is a poet out of Canada.
Okay.
Man, Boris, man, I've never heard a love poem better than Shane Corzan.
Wow.
If you like Andrea Gibson, you're Andrea Gibson, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Andrea Gibson came on and to me, she was the female Shane.
Okay.
Because she had some images. It was like you studied Van Gogh's, but you start painting with your left hand. Because Shane had a poem. He started off. He said, I would offer you my sight just as long as I can keep my vision.
Wow.
And that, I'm saying, the way he dissected the way we see things and what he was willing to give up. Because he had another line, another opening line. He said, I will give you my pulse. Everybody said, I give you my heart, I give you and the pulse is the essence of who you are. Because when you first go to the hospital, first thing they do is, let me see your wrist. He said, I give you my pulse. So they would touch my wrist and think I'm dead because I love you so much.
My God. I need that. I need to check out. That's the kind of work I need to be reading. God.
And he has a poem, The Crickets Have Arthritis. And he has another poem about his mother. That first time I heard him do it, he was on the final stage at Nationals, I think like 2003, 4, somewhere around there. Okay. And he did this poem. Ushers were escorting people out because they were crying so hard they couldn't stop crying. And that he was like the third poem in the first round, third poet in the first round. Wow. When the whole event was over and you walk out, there's still people sitting on the stairs crying from the third poem in the first round, and you've had all these rounds and the event is over and there's a champion and all this other stuff. But I'm saying he has words that touch people so hard. You want to fight.
Right. Wow.
I ain't listening to no more poetry unless you're gonna fight, man. You can't be hitting me like that.
Yeah, yeah. So you got his book?
Yeah, I got some of Shane's book. He got CDs too. But just go on just look at The Crickets Have Arthritis on YouTube.
Okay. The Crickets Have Arthritis. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm saying
we got a minute left on here. So I'm gonna end it here, but we're gonna talk for a minute because I definitely want to talk about what I want to do next.
Okay.
So, y'all think, look, I told you I had an amazing guest for y'all today. I knew AJ was gonna come and drop. I'm gonna bring him back on really soon. Before you
and I'm having time right now. I'm having time right. Well, because I was telling my girl, I said, well, we can't leave because at 10 o'clock I got something to do. And I started thinking, I'm like, 10 o'clock, it's not our time.
We may be able to get back on later if you have time. So we'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, I definitely work too.
Good. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. We'll be back with AJ later on this afternoon. Follow my page. I'll make sure I let y'all know exactly what time we're coming on. And we will see y'all tomorrow morning, same time, same channel, 10 a.m. Eastern time.